Did you know Ian's mom's name is Ian's mom?
It's a nice ring to it. Kind of like
Ian refers to Ian's mom as Ian's mom.
Do you know that I thought about naming you that?
Ian's mom?
Ian's mom.
Not Aaron's daughter?
No, Ian's mom Smith.
Ian's mom
Ian's
Smith.
mom
Smith.
Where's the speaker?
Did you not get it?
You didn't tell me to.
Will you get it?
Was it Ivy going to be Ian's distant cousin Smith?
No.
Okay.
She was always going to be Ivy.
Oh, well.
Ian's mom and Ivy. Oh, then you just didn't look like an Ian's mom, so, we didn't go that way.
Said you named me after an old lady. Which also is Ian's mom. There are two possible options to name me after are old women. How do you feel about that? Did I look old when I was born?
So, I don't know if you know this, but old people didn't start out old. Turns out they start out like babies.
You didn't know either of the old people when you were a baby.
But I was familiar with my grandmother's life, not just her as an old person.
Hello, and welcome to the show where Ivy, once again, does not want to be here. And my mother and I, me and our intro is going to be collective. We just got into a whole debate on whether I was named after an old lady or not.
It's true.
It's undecisive.
It's not. It's pretty clear.
I mean, she was old.
But she... Yes. When you were born, she was old.
Yes.
However, she did not spring into existence as an old person.
I wasn't saying that she did.
Welcome to Paprika. Welcome to Paprika, everyone. This week, it's the first video of December, so we're bringing you another Paprika Picks dealer's choice.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I called it. You like it?
Sure. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Paprika Picks.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Which means no annoying questions.
I thought it could be like Paprika's player's choice.
Paprika's player's choice. We would need a third P. It's too close to alliteration and then have a choice in there.
Paprika's
Players Picks.
No. Paprika's players.
The Paprika. Now we sound like we're a theater company. The Paprika Players. Paprika Picks. So no annoying questions. No thought-provoking, soul-searching prompts. Not that we ever have those, but
maybe for yourself. I feel like you have that. I feel like you think of the soul-searching ones for yourself, and then you don't actually say the question out loud, and you just talk about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No. Just songs we're listening to right now, or we like, or we think that everyone should hear at least once, because we like it a lot, and there's a chance you might too. Yeah. We're also doing something new this time around.
We are. Oh.
So in the past, the songs were a surprise to everyone, except when they forgot and told each other. And they were supposed to, well, one, in the beginning, I naively thought that they would know things about the songs and the artists they picked.
You should not have thought that.
Yeah, clearly, because they don't. And then I started asking them to come up with, what is happening?
She's like grooming you like a chimpanzee. You're
Starting
telling me to shush?
That is kind of ironic, isn't it?
Don't you think?
Oh, we haven't had her yet. Something new this week. So in the beginning, I naively thought that my girls would know things about the songs and artists they loved. Turns out they don't. So then I said they had to come up with 3 facts about the songs or artists that they were putting on the playlist, and that worked fairly well. But starting this week, I took matters into my own hands. So they each told me what they picked so I could do a little background research. So I still want you to talk about the 3 things you found out about, because I'm sure they still did that part. But then I'll share some more information that I found. So Ivy is up first. We're going to listen to it, don't worry. Ivy is up first. First Paprika Pick. You tell the people, all the people.
Why are you holding my hand?
Because I was getting it off my keyboard.
If you're gonna tell them.
So this is Good Kisser by Lake Street Dive.
We do love Lake Street Dive.
Me
No.
in your desperate whisper. If you're gonna tell them everything.
So why'd you pick this?
I don't know. I've been liking it recently.
What do you know about them?
Nothing.
Nothing! Like literally nothing? Who's the band that we confused them with, then, Lizzie?
Lakeshore Drive. Lakeshore Drive.
Lakeshore Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not them. Lakeshore Dive. So here's what I found out.
Street Dive?
See, I keep getting messed up. It's even in front of me. So, here's what I learned. First of all, her voice, y'all.
So good.
Her name is Rachel Price. And she spells it the same way you do, with the extra A.
She was also named after me.
Maybe the same old lady. Maybe we just don't know. So why this one?
Sounds cool.
What's the song about?
You're gonna tell them
You know.
If you want to talk about me, tell them I'm a good kisser.
Yeah. So it's a breakup song, right? And it's saying if you're gonna tell them everything about me, don't leave out the good parts. Which I like. So this is from their 6th studio album, which is called Free Yourself Up. They say they make pop music, but that's a boldly original cross-pollination of soul, folk, jazz, classic pop, and more. Their drummer, Mike Calabrese, says they want to sound like...
There's no way I think it's Calabrese.
Oh, you're probably right. Calabrese. Please, you don't know.
Your Nana was showing you.
Why do you think it's that way?
I don't know, because it looks Italian.
But also in the US. Anyway, he's the drummer. Mike the drummer, says they want it to sound like the Beatles and Motown had a party together.
I'm go to that party.
Right? Me too. They formed in 2004 at the New England Conservatory of Music in Boston.
I didn't know that.
Currently based in
Brooklyn.
know that because you're reading. They have done 2 EPs of cover songs, and really it was their cover of the Jackson 5's I Want You Back that kind of brought them into prominence nationally. Their YouTube video went viral. They also have a really good cover of Linger. Have you heard that? Linger by the Cranberries. It's real good. Another fan favorite. So their most recent album came out in 2024. Earlier this year. It's such a good song. And I think this is fun. You're not even gonna clap for your own song?
I was waiting to pause.
Is that a Christmas thing on your phone?
Yeah.
It's not Christmas.
So,
It's not Christmas.
One last fun fact about this band. They wrote it in 23, and all the band members met up at one of the guys' houses and to write songs for the album. Mm-hmm. And they said they catalyzed the songwriting process with the help of a 20-sided die, a holdover from the many Zoom-based Dungeons and Dragons matches they played during the COVID lockdown. And so each song would have a captain, like the person that kind of pitched the idea, came up with a phrase or melody or whatever. But then that person would roll the die, and the result would decide the chords, the meter, and the tempo for the song. And they take it out and workshop it based on all of those factors.
Nice.
And then write songs. I think that's interesting. But yeah. What was the song?
Good Kisser by
Good
Lake Street
Kisser.
Drive.
By Lake Street Dive. My turn. My pick is Arrow by Head and Heart.
You caught me staring off the cliff again.
Head and the Heart. Their song Rivers and Roads is a Paprika family fave.
Wish my
I like it a
goodbyes
lot.
could be more.
I think it's on all of our playlists. Rivers and Roads.
Every part just
Maybe.
wants to run.
Okay.
I do like it.
This deep, deep feeling
So
in my
this
ribs
came out over the summer, early fall.
keep
It's
moving
the first single. They have a full-length album coming out soon. I haven't seen a date, but hopefully 25.
This times I need direction. This times I need to roll.
Like his voice.
I'm from station to station.
So they are from Seattle.
I am my own.
Seattle. They're from Seattle. Head and the Heart. The band formed in 2009.
That's as old as me.
And I think they met each other through.
Let me see some pickers. Paprika's pickers.
Falling through the cracks again.
That's all I wanted to do.
Maybe the fall was by design.
Oh,
Someone's gonna break your heart again.
why can't I go
That's just
down?
proof that you're alive.
Wait, no, I got it.
I have this deep, deep feeling in my ribs again. I just keep moving on.
I wanted to see what Rachel's pick was.
Current of the riverbed.
They were originally signed by Sub Pop, which is an indie record label. They're the ones that put out Nirvana's first album and Soundgarden, and then they switched and worked with a bunch of those bands
Flight of the Conchords.
that I love.
That's
so
great.
The Shins, the Postal Service, Flight of the Conchords, and this one's for Ivy. Soundtracks for Bob's Burgers. All come out of Sub Pop, but so Head and Heart's first album was with Sub Pop, and then they went to a major record label for their next 3. But their new album, they did it on their own again, so just self-produced, which I think is pretty cool. They also started the Rivers and Roads Foundation to help raise money for Seattle-based music programs and initiatives with an emphasis on equitable access to music education for youth and mental health resources and support for musicians. I think it's pretty good. So they're putting their money back into the community. I just feel like their music's real.
Yeah.
So that was Arrow by The Head and the Heart. Should really check out all of theirs. There's ones that like their songs get played on like KXP that I like, and there are songs we know, but their whole albums are good. It's worth a listen to everything, because some of my favorite songs of theirs aren't the ones that have like the star or get all the Spotify picks. All right, Rachel A., what's your pick?
So it's White Rabbit, but by Molly. What's her last name?
Total.
Tuttle. I was going to say Turtle, and I was like, that's wrong. Molly Tuttle in the Golden Highway. And it's a cover of a Jefferson Airplane song. But they're a bluegrass band, and recently me and my father have been on like this bluegrass kick because that's what YouTube Music has been playing for us.
True, they have.
So yeah, this is bluegrass. The song also made me decide that I want to learn how to play the banjo, added to the obscure instruments I want to learn.
I like it. So, Molly Tuttle's grandfather was a banjo player. Who lived in Illinois, had a farm. Her dad was a music teacher and also multi-instrumentalist. I think her voice is great. So good. So, at age 13, same age as Ivy, she recorded the old apple tree Tree with her dad. The whole album. So maybe we should do that this year because you're 13. You're behind. You're already 15.
You're behind. You're like, what, 47?
Oh yes, I'm way
Oh, did I get that
behind.
right?
Yes. Molly Tuttle was the first woman to win the International Bluegrass Music Association's Guitar Player of the Year award
She's so good at guitar.
in 2017. That seems real long for a woman not to have
Yeah.
won that. And then she won it again in 2018. In July 23, she released her 5th studio album, City of Gold. The one she released the year before that, Crooked Tree, won the Grammy Award for Best Bluegrass Album. I have this quote from her from an interview when she was doing press for City of Gold. And she says she wanted the album to celebrate that sense of community because one of the things I love most about this music is how much the audience plays music as well. They inspire me to keep writing songs in the hopes that people will sing along and maybe play those songs with their friends, almost like we're all part of one great big family. We definitely sing her songs. You're welcome. You're welcome, Molly.
Yeah.
When the men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go.
So what do you like about bluegrass? Your newfound love of bluegrass.
It's such a different sound from what I usually listen to. Because it's like so acoustic and raw. And I listen to some very produced stuff that is equally good, but it's just different. And this shows what natural talent can sound like. Without any auto-tune, without any adjustment. It sounds like it's just her. I bet it sounds the same live as it does here. Yes.
One of the things I like about bluegrass. So bluegrass is kind of a mixed bag for me. I love the instrumentation.
We've got a minute and 30 left.
I love the instrumentation. Sometimes especially old school bluegrass, I don't necessarily like the vocal style. It can be,
Twangy.
especially the men can be kind of nasally, like on style, like on purpose, but kind of nasally and twangy and almost whiny. But I love the string instrument, the picking, and it kind of reminds me of some of the things you like with that produced stuff. There's so many more sounds. Like it's not just chords. You know, it's not the power chord. It's not. I mean, just listen.
That's a guitar, by the way. She plays a guitar like a banjo. Like she plays pick guitar, which is like not done anymore.
It is just not in rock.
No, or like not really done most of the places. Like it's just not really done anymore.
She's super talented.
Read.
Is it done? Yay. That was
Oh, White Rabbit by Molly Tuttle.
and
Golden Highway.
good job. So that was a cover. What are you doing to me here? Of, like Rachel said, of a song. Jefferson Airplane was the group that did that song originally, and Molly Tuttle started covering it like back in 2022 for some festival. Was the first time she did it. So that recording just came out this year, but there's also a music video where they're in costume from 23 on YouTube that's worth looking at. It's kind of entertaining. But Molly and Grace Slick, the singer of Jefferson Airplane, are both from Palo Alto, California. So Molly said she's always kind of felt connected to her and to the story of Alice in Wonderland because she once played the Queen of Hearts in a school play,
That's cool.
right? But one of my favorite songs. There is on YouTube, if you Google Grace Slick isolated vocals for White Rabbit, somebody went and just pulled her vocals from the recording. And
Oh, yeah, I turned it down.
Makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits,
Feels wrong.
I think it's so cool.
It's cool, but it feels like you know that there's supposed to be things there.
But how
No, it's
strong and on, like you were talking about with bluegrass, right? Like just how on pitch and
when she was just small.
strong
yeah.
her voice is.
I'm not saying it sounds bad.
Right.
I'm saying, but there's a lot of pauses.
It sounds echoey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's real cool.
No, it's cool.
Just had some kind of mushroom, and your mind.
Ivy's not so sure it's so cool. So, what kind of music are you listening to these days? You said bluegrass. Anybody else bluegrass you like?
Punch
Besides Melody
Brothers. I
Punch
really
Brothers.
like Punch Brothers. Chris Thiele is a musical genius.
True.
And I respect the crap out of him.
Sure, he will appreciate that.
I didn't mean it to sound like that.
I respect the crap out of him.
It sounds worse than I meant it to.
Yes, but
I meant the crap for emphasis, not the literal dookie.
I'm glad you cleared that up. You weren't actually hoping, you respect him so much that he's going to have an issue on stage somewhere.
No, stop.
How about you? What are you listening to? Ivy's been real into naps recently. Huh? What do you listen to when you nap?
Calming
She's
and
gone into hot sex.
that's not true. I listen to my sad calm times.
Yeah. What's the best song to nap to?
I really like Do Something Part 1.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was a Rachel Fine.
Something in the Orange.
Oh, that's a good song.
Weird.
should be on the
Any national song, really.
It's true. Which is why it's so funny that they're so like
Yeah.
rocky when you see them in person.
Take Me Home by the Black City Lights. It's really good.
I don't think I know that song.
Zach played it in the car. It's the
Oh,
Oh, it sounds like a thunderstorm.
Do you not like it?
I don't know. It feels like it should be used for something and not just listened to. You know?
Maybe it was.
This is a music commentary show. I'm gonna make comments on the music.
I mean, maybe it was. We don't know what this song was written for.
Okay.
I like this. Good job, Uncle Zach.
I could see this being used in the sad part of an action film.
It does
Yeah.
sound cinematic for sure.
Oh, I miss it. When you listen to it with AirPods in, it makes you feel like you're in a different
Oh yeah.
Because it like kind
Kinda
of
envelops you.
It kind of bounces back and forth.
Over your head.
sometimes.
I love it. I love that when
It's just spinning teacups from Disney World.
I love it when artists play with that left, right, and then now like with the spatial, it kind of feels like it's coming from all different directions. Alright. Hey Mom, what are you listening to these days? Well, I am glad you asked.
I don't really care.
I care. I care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm the better daughter, everyone.
KXP. So like
I'm not into KXP too.
I kind of took a break and was listening to a lot of the Spotify random song generation stuff with K-pop stuff. Like I had really most of the summer and fall was K-pop, and especially
Stray Kids.
well, so I spend every morning with Stray Kids
Yeah.
on my run.
Personally, right there beside you.
Yeah, they
They fly
wrote.
from
I'm pretty
Korea.
sure the song "Runners" was written just for me, since don't you think? Don't you think they know that?
For sure, Auntie Delu.
No. Like a lot of actually the Rose and Woosan as well, and then just because of independent artists, then Spotify would send me solo projects of a lot of other, especially the BTS guys. I don't know.
They're so funny.
I don't know how the Spotify algorithm works, but if you start with the Rose, you get other K-pop bands, or Stray Kids. If you start with Woosan or a solo project, then you only get K-pop solo artists. But for the past 6 weeks or so, okay, no violence on the podcast, I have been back into KXP. And it's actually causing trouble for the podcast because they'll play a lot of, they have access to albums before they're released yet. So I keep picking songs for the playlist that actually aren't out yet, and you can only hear them on the radio. What do you like about this?
Listen to it.
But you aren't so
This song makes me restless.
because since a child you haven't liked to nap. So it's calming and your body is fighting that. Even as a freaking
It's making me want to
teenager.
run away.
Right?
Just
Even-
run.
Because you can't like give in to the relaxing. Because you might miss something.
Yeah.
Nah, every time I get home from school, I lay down on the couch and sleep.
She does. I come home and she's asleep. And then I go up to my room and I actually do my homework.
Well, I don't normally have homework.
Neither do I, but still.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yikes.
That was rather violent.
Yeah, I got annoyed.
Did that fix the problem?
Yeah, actually. This was Paprika, where Ivy is having random aggressive bursts of anger.
That happened once!
Mom is questioning my sanity right now, probably.
Why is she
Just right now?
Yeah, and I have been spinning this cup for the past 10 minutes. Just like this, without any of you guys knowing.
Oh,
No, they can
Watch it.
see you.
Yeah, you can definitely see.
Oh. Well, deal with it. This was Paprika.
Wait, can we do something else there? No? That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
See you next week.